Welcome everyone. Prophet Muhammad is the founder of Islam, one of the world's major religions. He was born in Mecca, Saudi Arabia, in the year 570 CE. He was a member of the Quraysh tribe, one of the most influential tribes in Mecca at the time. Muhammad grew up as an orphan and was raised by his grandfather and later by his uncle. When Muhammad was 40 years old, he received his first revelation from Allah through the angel Gabriel. This event is known as the Night of Power, and it is considered the beginning of his prophethood. The revelations continued for the next 23 years, and during this time, Muhammad received the messages that would form the basis of the Quran, the holy book of Islam. Muhammad's message was one of monotheism, emphasizing the worship of one God, Allah. He preached that all people were equal in the eyes of God and that the only way to achieve salvation was through submission to God's will. He also emphasized the importance of compassion, justice, and community. Muhammad's teachings were not well received by the leaders of Mecca, who saw his message as a threat to their power and influence. Muhammad and his followers were subjected to persecution and harassment, and in 622 CE, they were forced to flee Mecca and seek refuge in Medina. This event is known as the Hijra and marks the beginning of the Islamic calendar. In Medina, Muhammad established a community of believers based on the principles of justice and compassion. He also began to expand his message beyond Arabia, sending emissaries to neighboring lands to spread the word of Islam. Over the next decade, Muhammad and his followers engaged in a series of battles with the Meccan forces. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, Muhammad emerged victorious, and in 630 CE, he and his followers marched triumphantly into Mecca. After the conquest of Mecca, Muhammad's influence continued to spread, and within a few years, most of Arabia had embraced Islam. Muhammad continued to receive revelations until his death in 632 CE. Muhammad's legacy is profound and far-reaching. He is considered the last prophet of Islam, and his teachings have influenced the lives of billions of people over the past 1,400 years. The Quran, which he received from Allah, remains one of the most influential and widely read religious texts in the world. Muhammad's message of monotheism, justice, and compassion has inspired countless individuals throughout history, from the early Muslim scholars to modern-day social activists. His example of humility, compassion, and courage continues to be an inspiration to people of all faiths. In conclusion, Prophet Muhammad was a remarkable figure who left an indelible mark on the world. His message of monotheism, justice, and compassion continues to inspire people around the globe, and his teachings remain a source of guidance and inspiration for millions of Muslims.